Something is beginning to stink at Walt Disney World Resort. And folks, we're here to tell you it is not the sinking feeling you have when you walk into an Epcot theme park in disarray. No, it's actually sewage raining down on the heads of guests as they run away. We'll tell you about it. We've got the video. Let's go right now. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel that keeps Disney honest. We want you to have an honestly great vacation when you go to the vacation kingdom of our nation, that being Orlando. And so as we go into this video, we want to remind you what the purpose here is. It is not to mock and belittle Disney World. It is not to take a swipe at what Walt built. It is rather to hold it in high regard and hope that the company that owns it, maintains it, runs it, will do it well, because it has not been doing so well in the last few years. We've been watching attendance drop. We're not happy about that. We've seen new ideas come out, and those ideas often feature the destruction of beloved attractions and features, and we don't like that, especially when there's plenty of land. And, well, when the droppings are human droppings dropping through the ceiling on the heads of poor guests below, it lets us know that Imagineers really don't have a handle on how to fix Epcot. And so today, it's time, finally, to call out the stink that is at Epcot. Don't worry, you don't just blink and miss it. It's everywhere. We'll tell you what's going on. All right, folks, here we go. We're at thatparkplace.com. We ask that you click the like button, and here we go. It's by Marvin Montanero. Epcot ground lighting busted again, endangers guests with tripping hazard in brand new area. Now, this is something that's been going on for a while. Ever since they spent billions of dollars to quote-unquote fix Epcot, all it has been is broken. And I'm not telling you that you cannot have a good time in Epcot. I know that you can. It's a fun place to be to some degree, especially if you're there for certain purposes, one of which I don't really partake in, but some people do. But that said, there are so few attractions that it's rather difficult to find the merits of this theme park now as a theme park. Here's what the article says. Ongoing issues with Epcot ground lighting continue to plague Walt Disney World. The latest issue to befall the brand new area raises genuine safety concerns for Disney guests. Now, you might be guessing and saying, Pro, when are we going to talk about the human droppings dropping through the ceiling? Well, it's next. We got to talk about these lights, though, first, because seriously, Disney, get somebody who can operate a light bulb. Come on. It's been years now. Epcot's World Celebration area, a centerpiece of the park's massive reimagining, is already falling apart just 14 months after opening to the public. The sleek in-ground lighting strips installed during the November 2024 refurbishment are now popping out, creating tripping hazards and leaving guests frustrated. Now, if you're wondering, how could it be that it's been open for 14 months and it had a refurbishment in November of this past year? Well, those are simultaneously true. It turns out that Disney spent billions of dollars with their Imagineers, and trust me, they are the B tier of Imagineers. Most of the Imagineers that are great have left and gone to Epic Universe to work on that and the expansions that are forthcoming. But they put in these lights, right? $1 billion of lights. And of course, you can't enjoy lights except at night. But hey, for those few hours that it's dark at Epcot, you're really going to like them. Unfortunately, it only took about a year for them to be so broken that they had to come in and try to redo it completely. In fact, it was within a few days that we were told that the lights were not working anymore because some custodian in the night put too much pressure in the pressure washer and broke the lights. Darn it. Darn it. It was malfunctioning right away. It was like Clark Griswold had stopped by Epcot to work on it. It's still not working. Coupled with reports of cracked walkway stones nearby, these issues raise serious concerns about the state of Disney's infrastructure across its parks. The in-ground lighting in World Celebration was meant to be a show-stopping feature of the new Epcot, designed to synchronize with the nighttime lighting of Spaceship Earth and other area visuals. The fixtures were an integral part of creating an immersive and modernized park experience. Yet within weeks of their installation, reports began surfacing that the lights were not twinkling. And you can see they're just, it's kind of wonky. And I know, it could be a little thing, except when they don't work at all. And then that's not wonky. That's just, dark and no fun. And you're paying $200 per person to get in this place. And you want to have a good time and you want this stuff to work. And this, Disney is supposed to be Disney. But Disney is not the same Disney. And we had to lose a fountain for this, a huge, magnificent, giant fountain. Now, folks, I can tell you that I love Epcot. I have enjoyed the theme park. In fact, at times, I would say that it has been my favorite of all the theme parks because I love the message. I love the positivity towards humanity. I love the positivity towards the idea of the future. And never, I believe, has the future seemed so bright as today. Epcot should be shining in a way that it never has before. Spaceship Earth should be a beacon. And yet, Disney has largely left this theme park in disarray. After spending so much money to fix it, all they really did was leave it with basically the same number of attractions it had before. Yes, Cosmic Rewind is a win, but folks, I'm here to tell you, there's so much that has taken the wind out of the sails of the theme park, from destroying the interior spaces where you were able to get away from the heat and the cold right now. Think about this. It's really cold at Disney World these days, and it will be for a few weeks. And those interior spaces that were destroyed in order to replace it with Moana splash pad, well, I got a feeling people don't want to splash around in the freezing cold right now. They would like those interior spaces. And you could have put Moanas in an interior space as well. That would have been swell. By the way, let me say, too, that the sewage issues that we were talking about, I'm thinking that something of those sewage issues has to do with the Moana splash pad. I'm not completely certain of that, but let me show you what they're facing. This is out of Inside the Magic. This is what we talked about at the beginning of the video that you were going to see. Yes, sewage, a water leak, which is presumed to be sewage, I believe in the article here. In fact, the article from Inside the Magic says Epcot emergency alert, guest flea sewage leak. So yes, okay, so we're going to play the video for you. We can't full screen it, but we'll play it, and let's see what it has to say. Here we go. So that's really not the way that you want to have your experience go at Walt Disney World. You're trying to go onto one of the major attractions at Epcot, and there aren't that many attractions at Epcot. Remember, I mean, maybe a dozen. One of your favorites, one of the dozen, is flooded with human stuff. Well, that's no fun. You've had enough. You've spent so much money to be there. You want to have a good time. You want to have this kind of a good time. Take a look at this from Magic Band Maniac. It says, Happy New Year's from Epcot. Definitely got to make this a yearly tradition. By the way, folks, the sewage that we were just showing you, that sewage was from yesterday, apparently. That's what we're hearing, is that the sewage was there from yesterday. And don't forget that there have been sewage smells and awful odors all over Epcot ever since they installed Moana's splash pad. So, but I want to show you this. This is what the Epcot of tomorrow should be. This should be the happiness. This should be the joy. Of course, it's just fireworks, but this is a reminder why Disney should fix it. Here are the fireworks from the New Year's Eve as celebrated and shared by Magic Band Maniac. Now, that's a good time, folks. That's what people should be doing. They shouldn't be worrying about trying to step over the odors that are happening all over Epcot. And you can see this is no good for Disney, by the way. The PR here on January 7th, it's not just that Park Place covering that the lights are broken. Jess Colopy on January 7th out of Disney Dining says, water pours from busted ceiling on the Disney World guests. Families flee. And it goes on to talk about all of this, of course. So no good at all. And they need to get this fixed. The problem Disney has is that their Imagineers do not seem to be able to repair this. They haven't been able to fix even the little lights in the ground. It's been over a year. They still can't fix it. Every time they try to fix it, nothing works. And then you got to think about, well, if they can't fix that and they broke the sewage system at Epcot, can they fix that? And then you got to think about, well, if they can't do that at Epcot, and Epcot was the most recent theme park that this new generation of Imagineers were unleashed upon, if they can't do that, do we really want them filling in and destroying the rivers of America at Magic Kingdom? Do we really want them destroying Tom Sawyer Island and putting in a dirt track for a Cars attraction there? Is that really what we want? Do we really want them replacing the gem that is Jim Henson's legacy in the Muppet Vision Theater, taking the Muppets out and putting in something else that they've come up with? The DEI monsters are on the way. Do we really want that? The answer is simply no, we don't. We want them to keep their hands off of it until some new crop of people with some skill set can return, and we have the confidence that they'll actually make things work. The impact, of course, is that we're in early January, and no, the crowd should not be completely gone yet because, well, we've got races coming up, and they're going to be cold and frigid races, no doubt. And over at Epcot, let's take a look at the number of attractions open today. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not counting a meet and greet. Sorry. I'm not counting a meet and greet. Sorry. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And Mission Space is barely an attraction, and you all know that. 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 attractions currently open at Epcot. 8 attractions, folks. You're paying almost $200 or more to go into Epcot to deal with broken lights, a theme park that they essentially made less than. They're not going to finish the Play Pavilion. They're not going to redo Spaceship Earth, and frankly, I'm happy for that. They're not going to do many of the things that they need to do to make this theme park be vibrant again. You've got 8 attractions open right now if you're in Epcot. Are you getting your money's worth? Disney, instead of destroying the stuff we love, maybe you need to be making more stuff that people can enjoy, especially at places like Epcot where the latest refurbishment did not go as needed nor intended, nor are people happy about it. Get the sewage fixed, get the lights working, and put some new stuff in Epcot so people can have fun once more. And maybe, just maybe, instead of slashing and crashing all those great attractions and things we enjoy about Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, leave them alone. You have plenty of land. Go do some new stuff in new areas, in new ways, and we might enjoy playing in those things. All right, folks, that is the video for this morning. We hope you enjoyed it. It is a short one, but we are gathering information about what's going on with the tragic situation over in California having to do with those wildfires. It is terrible. We'll have a report on it this afternoon regarding Hollywood, regarding the celebrities, but also keep all of the Los Angeles residents and Southern California residents in your hearts and in your prayers. No matter what you might think about the DEI policies that could have led partially to this kind of catastrophe, because remember, we want people of competence in power and making decisions that helps control wildfires. Whatever you might think of that, doesn't change the fact that people are losing their homes, and we would never, ever, ever wish anything like that upon people. Doesn't change the fact that they're breathing in these terrible, sometimes toxic fumes from all the fires. It's a horrible situation, and we have seen it over and over in California. We're tired of seeing the destruction and the poor air quality and the loss of property and memories and all of those important things. We're tired of seeing that. We want that to stop if at all possible. We think it can be stopped, and we hope it will be. We'll have coverage of that coming up. Keep all those people in your prayers, please. And if you are a resident in that area and you are affected by the fires today, just know that we're thinking of you, and we hope for the absolute best. We're so sorry this is happening to you. It makes things like an Epcot report about sewage smells absolutely pale in comparison. But we must cover it all because, well, it's our job. Folks, click the like button, share, subscribe, click it and stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, stay away from the poo. Winnie the Pooh, that is. No, that other poo. That poo too. And keep having fun.
Huh. Hey, Floral. I just wanted to let you know I have a New Year's resolution.
Okay.
Although, I don't want to say it. It might be like a wish. If I speak it, I'll break it.
Usually a resolution is spoken out loud so you can be held accountable to it. Like, my resolution is to go to thatparkplace.com and be ready to see its new facelift, and to make sure I'm always subscribed to guys like Jonas and Pro, Culture Casino, Lorena Creole, John Trent, all of them.
Well, I actually got Slade Wilson to also make a resolution.
What's that?
I'd get in too much trouble if I repeated it. He took it way further than I feel comfortable repeating.
Well, that's probably a good call. But, what's yours?
It's not to say anything mean about Jonas.
How do you plan to do that? You're an idiot.